Welcome. I'm so honored to be with Ivo Vergara Lasnivat and Peter Hymans today. This is the first series of the Artist, the Photog, and the Fundraiser. We've come together to talk a little bit about some behind the scenes with this incredible project we've been working on since really the middle of January 2022, when Peter and Ivo met each other, and we decided to embark on this wonderful project. Ultimately, what it's for is to raise funds for Children's Health Defense California chapter and helping them fight the illegal mandates. So we're really honored and thrilled that we have the monies to be able to fund our legal team. And it's a great joy. I want to introduce, Ivo is Chilean born, and he was raised during the 1973 coup d'etat led by Augusto Pinochet. Ivo's deeply held commitment to truth and freedom is represented in his masterful art. And he had his first solo show in the United States in 1992 and is currently working on private art commissions as well as his signature large-scale murals in Los Angeles and around the world. So welcome, Ivo.
Hi, thank you.
So nice to have you here. And I'm going to introduce Peter Hymans. Now, Peter is in Northern California, official photographer for Children's Health Defense California chapter. He's traveled with rallies and events, speaking engagements, fundraisers, and is incredible photographs of Bobby. And he, beyond his family and his photography and writing, the pursuit of truth is very important to him in today's crazy world. He loves fly fishing and reading and having philosophical and spiritual conversation. And so we've worked together on and off. And now we've all decided that Ivo is going to paint his depiction of a tribute, a commemorative piece. Talk, Ivo, a little bit about what was your inspiration for the beautiful painting that's going to be done in a couple days, correct?
Yes, correct. Yes. Well, the inspiration actually the paint is on acrylic paint and is on canvas. And we start with using the photography of Peter, and then I look the photography, and then I start thinking what's gonna be in the background. We put the slogans of the freedom and truth, and I try to work with the sun as like light. The light of the sun is like giving like energy and positive energy and truth, and it's really simple, but it's I think the photo Peter shoot was amazing and helps a lot. He looks serenity but committed, and it's great to work with that as a reference, and I'm trying to do my best to keep the photo also like in a good the same state of like realistic,
Yeah, and that's really something that I would imagine, Peter, you being the glass gun and the eye behind the camera, freezing reality since 1957.
Yeah.
And for Ivo to keep that spirit of your photograph of Bobby in his painting, I've seen it, and I've been lucky enough to have pictures of the painting in process, and it's absolutely beautiful. Peter, can you give us a little bit of your thoughts about your idea behind the photograph that you took and your time with Bobby?
Well, it really started in college when I was a photographer for the newspaper and the yearbook at Whittier College. The two editors for the newspaper said, "Come on, we're going downtown. Bobby's campaigning." So we drove down to Pico Rivera or La Habra, I don't remember which it was, and I found myself in the street. And as the convertible came by with Bobby in it, he was facing the other direction. So I've been in sales before. So I said, hey, Senator, I'm over here. So he turned around and looked at me, and I said, I'm on your campaign staff at Whittier College. And he looked me in the eye, and I felt this shaft of emotion and love and power and truth come into me. And he said, thank you. I need all the help I can get. And we shook hands. I took a couple of pictures, and then 2 days later, unfortunately, he was taken from us. And that was sort of a spot weld in my relationship with the work that Robert Kennedy did. Then maybe 25 years later, a friend of mine was working on other projects with a law firm that Bobby Jr. is working with, and I had a chance to meet him. And the eye contact had that same, I just have to call it a spiritual shaft of acquaintanceship, of commonality. So I happened to be at several events, and the picture that I took that you're going to be using, Evo, was taken at an event up in Paradise having to do with the PG&E caused fire. They called it the campfire. So that's where I took the picture, and I've been very fortunate to have sort of trajected myself into the Children's Health Defense Organization, and I'm exactly where I need to be, and I'm meeting exactly the right people, and you two are right up there at the top.
Oh, Peter, thank you so much. You know, Evo has many large-scale murals throughout Los Angeles, and I was always amazed that in the scale that he was working, he was also able to have such detail, like the one that's on Lincoln Boulevard, Evo, which is on the homeless shelter, I think it might be. How you can get the detail in the faces. And then when I was lucky enough to be over while Evo was working on the painting from your photograph, Peter, to see the detail, and you're just so exacting. And can you talk a little bit about that detail aspect, Evo?
Yeah, it's a lot of concentration and mostly observation, and so I have to be really focused. So I'm kind of, actually today I'm a little slow talking because when I paint all day, I'm like in another space. So for me, like to talk, especially in English, it's kind of hard. Sorry about that. But
well, you're doing a beautiful job. Thank you.
Thank you. But it's mostly like the observation. Well, first is like match the colors of everything from the light. Start always with the highlights and then to the darkest and the shadows, so in the start is easy because the lights are really easy, like everything, like in the life, and then the dark is always a problem for some reason, because the dark, when you put the dark, it's really hard. It's not gonna go away that hard. So, and it's gonna get into the painting. So it's really, I'm in the last day of just putting the darkness, the shadows. So it's like have to really be concentrate to not make any mistakes, but it's fascinating how you can get into the painting, into the photography, and start seeing all these details in colors, like so many colors. Like sometimes you see a picture, you see, oh, it's just it's a color picture, but it's like so many colors. Even I mean, have purples, even like you never notice, like a photos can have purple, so light yellows and blues, and so it's really, it's been a great experience for me. Always I do something new. I try to do something new, challenge, and because I do high large scale murals, it's easy that like looking from far away and you don't have to see so much details if you're looking from close up. So in this case, because it's a smaller painting, you have to be really accurate and have to look nice from close up and from far away.
The depiction of your photograph, it must be incredible to see. I don't know if you've ever had a photograph of yours rendered in a painting, an original painting.
Well, the answer to that question is no, I never have. This is the first time, and it's such an honor to have Evo working on that. And the funny thing is, as I say in my little slogan that I have about myself, I don't really consider myself to be as much a photographer as a recipient of light. And so when I look at things, it's absolutely an equal amount of feeling as looking. On the other hand, I'm able to look deep down into the small details and also helicopter up and look at the bigger thing. It's an amazing process. And I would just, Stephen King, an author whom I don't really like that much, said something about his writing. And he said, I don't consider myself to be as much of an author as I do a stenographer of the divine. And when I produce my best works, it's almost like I'm a channel for this. I'm not really doing it. It's a partnership with the spiritual.
What I really love, and so I'm the fundraising aspect of this trio, this artist and the Photog and the fundraiser. And so for me to be able to work with the two of you professionals, this is really a work of heart and a work of collaboration and coming together in this divine timing, this historic time on our planet that is revealing more and more truth. And I think that, the divine timing of you two coming together, myself wanting to help undergird the financial strength and robust nature of Children's Health Defense California. It's so gratifying for me to meet you two, to see you at your best, coming together in this creative collaboration. And it's going to be really, really great when we can celebrate the success of what your efforts and your professional and your creative minds and the time, many, many, many years of photography for you, Peter, and many, many, many years of art and creative expression for you, Ivo. And then on top of that, the time that you've put into this, it's a true labor of love.
Amazing people, super nice people, and it's the energy we need in this world. It's these people we have to work because it's really transparent, really clear, and there's nothing hiding, and it's amazing. And I'm really happy to cooperate in some point with my art with some amazing causes, like especially for the children's health defense in California, but also all over the world.
I believe it's by divine appointment that the three of us are here and in service to a greater cause. So in closing, perhaps, Peter, you might say a few words and then we can close with Ivo. Just something that you'd like to leave our listeners with regards to this project and your experience of it.
Well, Ivo and Judy, thank you. I feel blessed. I feel it's miraculous to have been discovered and incorporated in this project. And when I was very young, one day at the table having lunch, my mother looked me in the eye and she said, Peter, never lie. Your eyes will give you away. Some people can do it, but you can't. So from that point on, I was confined to and liberated to live in a world of truth. And thinking about eyes, and then when I learned in biology class that the eyes had lenses, I really found my way into photography. So it's a spiritual journey. And fortunately, my work is appreciated by people. So it's really a gift on top of another gift. So I feel sort of like a photographic Santa Claus.
Wonderful, Peter. And how can people get a hold of you and learn more about you?
Well, you can see my logo on the left side of the screen. My email address is glassgun1@protonmail.com. I'm an aggressive hunter. My weapon is a glass gun. I cause no harm. Beautiful.
That's so beautiful. Thank you, Peter. And Ivo, your radiant self certainly comes across in your work. Many pieces I've been privileged to experience and enjoy. Could you leave our listeners with some thoughts and then let us know how people can learn more about you?
Yes. Well, thanks again, both of you, for being here. And just gonna say, keep positive. There are big changes coming, and it's gonna be amazing. And I think art is one of the portals to open many good energies. And I think if people can cooperate, supporting the art for this good cause will be amazing. We'll be really thankful for that. And keep creating, keep thoughts of peace, harmony, love, and be nice to each other. And I think this vibration will arise, and we're gonna be in another reality really soon. So I'm really happy to participate in this. You can see my work, and it's attached to my Instagram. That is Ivotopia, Ibotopia, Ivotopia. And yes, well, thanks again. And the painting's gonna be ready pretty soon. I'm really happy, and then we will celebrate.